This video is about multiplying polynomials using the FOIL and tabular or the box method. Let's begin with the FOIL method. What do we mean by FOIL method? The FOIL method is a technique used to help remember the steps required to multiply two binomials. F refers to the multiplication of the first terms. O refers to the multiplication of the outside terms. I refers to the multiplication of the inside terms. And L refers to the multiplication of the last terms, as you can see in this figure. Now let's apply the FOIL method and multiply x plus 8 times x plus 7. Multiplying the first terms, we have x times x will give us x squared. Multiplying the outside terms, which is x times 7, will give us 7x. Multiplying the inner terms, 8 times x will give us 8x. And multiplying the last terms, which is 8 times 7, will give us 56. Putting them all together, we'll have x squared plus 7x plus 8x plus 56. Here we can combine 7x and 8x, which equals 15x. So we'll end up having x squared plus 15x plus 56. Now let's talk about using the tabular or the box method. Let's multiply x plus 8 times x plus 7. We begin by drawing a 2 by 2 box. We put one factor on the top and the other factor on the side. Then we will begin multiplying the terms and placing the products in each boxes. Let's begin multiplying x times x will give us x squared. X times 7 will give us 7x. 8 times x will give us 8x. And 8 times 7 will give us 56. Now we can check diagonally to find similar terms that we can combine. In this case, we can see that 7x and 8x can be combined diagonally, which equals 15x. Putting them all together, we'll have x squared plus 15x plus 56. So the product is x squared plus 15x plus 56. We can also use the box method to multiply a trinomial by another trinomial. Let's begin by creating a 3 by 3 box. Place one factor on the top and the other on the side. And then begin multiplying each factors, filling out each of the boxes. Let's begin multiplying x squared times x squared will give us x to the 4th. X squared times negative 5x will give us negative 5x cubed. X squared times 2 is 2x squared. 3x times x squared will give us 3x cubed. 3x times negative 5x will give us negative 15x squared. 3x times 2 will give us 6x. Last term is 1 times x squared is x squared. 1 times negative 5x will give us negative 5x. And 1 times 2 will give us 2. Now putting them, before we put them together, let's check for terms that we can combine by checking diagonally. So right here in this case, we can combine negative 5x to the 3rd and 3x to the 3rd power. which is equivalent to negative 2x to the third power. We can also combine 2x squared, negative 15x squared, and x squared, which equals negative 12x squared. And finally, we can also combine 6x and negative 5x, which equals positive 1x. And then we can just put the x to the fourth power, since we don't have anything to combine it with, and as well as the 2. So the answer is x to the fourth minus 2x cubed minus 12x squared plus x plus 2. Now, what if we are asked to multiply a polynomial that do not have the same number of terms? As you can see in this example, we are multiplying x to the second power plus 3x plus 1 by x squared minus 2. As you observe, x squared minus 2 is a binomial. In this case, we must recognize that to be able for us to multiply this correctly using the box method, we must fill in the missing term with a 0x as a placeholder. That means we can rewrite the x squared minus 2 by x squared plus 0x minus 2 to make it also a trinomial. Now we are ready to have a 3 by 3 box. Like in the previous example, place one factor on the top and the other on the side. Then begin multiplying. X squared times x squared will give us x to the fourth. X squared times 0x is 0x to the third power. X squared times negative 2 is negative 2x squared. 3x times x squared is 3x cubed. 3x times 0x is 0x squared. 3x times negative 2 is negative 6x. 1 times x squared is x squared. 1 times 0x is 0x. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Now, we can check diagonally if we can combine like terms. We can combine 3x to the third power and 0x to the third. We can also combine, which equals 3x cubed. We can also combine negative 2x squared, 0x squared, and x squared, which equals negative 2x squared. Negative x squared. And lastly, we can combine negative 6x and 0x, which equals negative 6x. And then we can just put the x to the fourth in the front and minus 2 on the last as our last term. So the answer is x to the fourth plus 3x cubed minus x squared minus 6x minus 2. To summarize, the FOIL method is a technique used to help remember the steps required to multiply two binomials. Remember that when you multiply two terms together, you must multiply the coefficient or the numbers and add the exponents. Then we combine like terms, if you can. The tabular or box method is another technique to multiply polynomials. And to use the box method, we multiply each terms and assign the products in each box. Then we combine like terms by checking it diagonally. Be sure to fill in a 0x for any missing term. Just like so.